Okay, so I got three trees basically I want to collect for firewood. I'm going to call this one tree A. This one had been cut down intentionally because of a rotten spot you see right there. It was thought to be posed as a threat. But anyway, it's tangled up in its upper branches, and now it's a heavy leaning tree. Um, this is a pretty big tree for me. I may not attempt this. I may just wait to see if it lands on the ground. The problem is the spring, right where it's at, there'll be a foot of water where I'm standing. So I'm going to have to wait till fall again. But with all the leaves on, it's really hard to tell how bad it's snarled up in there. But anyway, I don't really know how to attempt this. I got a 18-inch steel MS-291 and a 14-foot manual pole saw and some axes, hammers, wedges to work with for equipment. So I do have a come along and maybe 10, 15, 20 feet of chain. So that's about all I'm working with here. But yeah, eventually I would like to collect it for firewood. And here is tree B. It snapped off, hit the ground, and it kind of landed on top of tree C that I'll call, but this is still tree B. Looking down, you can see how many little trees it landed on, and now so there's probably some side tensions and stuff and some other forces at work here that I'm a little nervous about. I thought about wrapping a chain around the base of it and trying to pull it off of tree C that you can see it's hanging up on. Seeing if it'll just see what happens if it hits the ground or what. Try to get some of those forces away because I'm not sure how I could cut that safely. I would definitely have to remove these little trees under pressure, you see. So, and then here is tree C. Trees B and C were windfalls. You can see kind of somewhat of a barber chair going on. I thought about attacking it from the opposite end of this. It's just resting on its limbs, taking it down limb by limb until it rests down, and probably just bucking it. I was thinking just straight down with wedges. I've never done a bore cut before. I would like to attempt it, but I guess for me I would buck it with wedges. Another little look at tree B. And then again there's tree A. These are all pretty large trees for me. Tree A, like I say, I might just leave alone, and B and C I'm pretty confident I can collect those for firewood. But like I said, this will be under a foot or two of water come spring, so just it's kind of now or never. Okay, quick recap. Just if I'm going to attempt A here, I think I would maybe cut a wedge on the top, bore the middle, and leave a trigger on the bottom, and stand back with my 14-foot pole saw and trip the trigger. Probably take a long time, but it's probably the safest. 16 inches at a time. Tree B could maybe, like I say, wrap a chain around the base right there and just pull it straight towards it. Pull it off a C down on the end and just see where the end of it lands. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna have to take all these little, side tension little trees down and try to buck it down onto the ground somehow. And tree C, kind of the same thing, is attack it from the opposite end, limb by limb, till it's resting, and buck it with just coming down with a straight cut and put a wedge to keep from pinching my saw and cut all the way through. I guess let me know flaws in my plan. Thanks.